Scotland on One will look at international football, the Scottish Cup, rugby league, rugby union and curling, all introduced by Dougie Donnelly.
Good evening. A sheriff has called for improved guidelines on the licensing of raves following a fatal accident inquiry into the deaths of John Nisbet, Andrew Dick and Andrew Stoddart after taking ecstasy at a club in Ayr last year. This report from Colin McKinnon.
Sheriff Neil Gow found that ecstasy was freely available inside Hangar 13 during raves on the nights the youths died. But he had little complaint to make about the methods of searching and stewarding employed by management.
These were three very tragic deaths, but the management are pleased that after having heard all the evidence, the sheriff had no criticisms to make of the systems in operation at Hangar 13.
However, the sheriff did recommend that the Scottish Office introduce stricter licensing conditions for raves in general, so that licensing boards, managements and the police have a clear framework within which to operate.
The body of a 28-year-old climber has been brought down from Loch Nagar following a day-long search by mountain rescue teams. Roger Chippendale from Aviemore had fallen more than 200 feet into a deep gully yesterday evening. Colin White reports.
The rescue teams arrived at their base at the foot of Loch Nagar earlier this evening after an exhausting search. They dropped 600 feet by rope to tend to the climber but found him dead.
We're all climbers and mountaineers ourselves. I mean, that's part of what this is all about for us. And it's always very sad that at the end of it, the outcome is that someone has lost their lives. But that's part of what mountaineering's all about. It's a risk sport, and mountaineers and mountain rescuers accept the risk.
The search on Loch Nagar had been delayed by hurricane-force winds near the summit. This latest death is the third on Scotland's mountains within the past 2 days.
And that's all from us tonight. A very good night.
Sea defences took another battering today, unfortunately, as the southwesterly gales prevailed and they ran these showers across us thick and fast. They did eventually turn up in bands of showers rather than individual ones, and as you can see, even though it's now got dark, there's still plenty of them running right across the country. The tendency will be for them to die back to the coast, but not just yet. Some of them are still heavy. These are latest lightning reports, many in the Severn Estuary, the Bristol Channel, but one or two further south in the English Channel as well. So it's probably safe to say that at least until midnight, it's going to be southern England and South Wales that get the brunt of the thunderstorms. You wouldn't think so from this picture. These showers go right back into the Atlantic. Indeed, for the next 18 hours, we're into this showery regime, although, again, some of them will be banded together. The wind continues overnight. Many of the showers will run across the country, so on the whole, we'll avoid a frost. There'll be some places, though, and I'm thinking really of northern and eastern Scotland, where we could see 0 degrees, and one or two sheltered spots elsewhere in northeast England might join in, but it's not going to be a general picture. For Thursday, still that westerly flow, but little complication down in the south. We'll start off then with sunshine showers, wintry ones, again down as far as the southern Pennines, maybe in Snowdonia. It's going to be 300 metres or so above that level where you see snow. Most of us it's going to be hail or rain, possibly thunder, but as the afternoon goes on, those showers will die out as the cloud covers much of southern England and Wales, and that'll bring rain, possibly substantial rain to much of southern England, and again up in towards the Midlands, up in towards Norfolk as well. Temperatures in the double figures in the south, that's not going to feel too bad, but 5 to 7 in, as I say, possibly wintry showers, certainly near Lakeland Fells, is going to be pretty cold. Into Friday, and we're still into showers. No changes. This suggests an organisation, but basically anywhere could get one. It's going to feel quite chilly, and it'll be after an early frost. Into Saturday, and we start to kill off those showers, the ridge of high pressure, then another system comes in. So a nice start, though a cold one. Most showers dying out by the end of the day, and cloud will bring fairly hefty rain into western Britain by the end of the day. Good night.
The abduction of a Cheshire schoolgirl. We've remarkable details of her attacker. A man with a blonde baby, a blue hatchback, and a house with a parquet floor. But who is he? Help solve major crimes from Sussex to Strathclyde. Crime Watch UK, tomorrow at 9:30.
Back in town, back in trouble.
Suicide hack returns in shame. Exclusive by our staff reporter.
He's learned his lesson.
Paddy always did tend to dump on the women in his life.
Well, this time he has excelled himself, because I'm not the woman in his life.
And he's got a new angle.
News Associates is not for sale.
When did you last see a Harry Salter byline in a national?
Printing stories certain people don't want printed can be dangerous.
Harry, back in the action next Wednesday at 9:30 on BBC1.
Now on BBC1, it's all a matter of survival in the final chapter of The Private Life of Plants.